So I found myself lonely, isolated in my early 30s on my own at home with two kids, and I felt like, what had my life come to? I'd nearly been homeless the year before, and I thought that was one of the most challenging situations of the past year. And then I found myself totally isolated, reheating noodles for the kids because I couldn't get out of the house. And on the surface and on Instagram, I looked like I had a really good life. And whilst I did, in terms of my heart and my family and my love, I was so desperately lonely. And people can be in busy situations and feel lonely. You can have kids at home with you on your own, but still feel lonely and isolated. You can be young and feel lonely. You can be elderly and feel lonely. Obviously, at different points in our life, loneliness can hit us hardest. I know it really does impact elderly people, but loneliness can impact us all at some point. And what I'm sharing with you was just from earlier this year, as we are currently as recording in the coronavirus pandemic. So that was the first lockdown, and now we're going into the second lockdown. But I don't feel as lonely now, because what I learned from the first lockdown was so valuable that I really wanted to share it with you, because I was really at the depths of this despair at the start of the first lockdown, when I had to isolate with the kids at home. I'd had them for 20 days on my own, no car, very limited access, and I was just like, what has my life become? And I was trying to support other people online, and then I was there reheating noodles at home because the kids didn't have anything they wanted to eat, and I couldn't get out. And luckily I have had support, and that's where I've learned now to reach out for support. So to actually tell people when you're struggling, because there are so many, granted there's the odd toxic person, but there are so many more beautiful people in this world who would genuinely want to help. And I've just been amazed, because crisis doesn't create community, it really reveals it. People really come out of their kind of like bubbles to help one another. And even though I was extremely lonely on my birthday and cried all day, I had a friend who did a Zoom party for me. I had my mum drop off a birthday cake in the garden. I had my friends drop off Costa coffees. Everyone knows I like a good takeout coffee. And flowers. And so whilst I still felt lonely, I was lifted by all these gestures from people. But because I'd been honest on my YouTube about how I was feeling, and also on my WhatsApp chatting to my friends, they just knew to really help me. And the more that I reached out to people, sharing my own struggles, but also wanting to help others as well, the more people connected with me. And now is a period of time when you're going through loneliness or isolation to really connect, take yourself out of your comfort zone, and really connect with people, whether it be online, like I've done a yoga, I'm still in my yoga gear, done a yoga class this morning. I've voice memoed some of my friends. I'm going to voice memo some more, and business people as well. And I'm doing an online course. I do lots of different things. I've got a Squats and Sparkles Health Club on Facebook. And I do loads of things to kind of keep my goals on track, and also to, most of all, keep me motivated and to reduce the loneliness. And actually now I really don't feel lonely. I've got so many good people around me, and the last lockdown really helped me realise that I do need to say when I'm struggling more, to those who I trust and care about, and they'll just help lift me. Because I think sometimes we, especially when we're in careers or life, we can seem like we're doing so well, but you can be at the top of your game, you can be leading a really successful business, but still feel absolutely lonely and isolated. And I think more than ever, so many people are going through those feelings. So I'd say, first of all, reach out, connect with people that you trust and love. Sometimes you do have to rebuild networks if you do feel like you haven't got that many people. I know by building my own Facebook group, Squats and Sparkles, and blog Mama May, Yorkshire Families, there's lots of different things that I do to connect with people online. So I've kind of built that. I used to go to church when we were allowed, and that's another network. Obviously, I know people often go to the pub as well to connect, but it's trying to diversify that, and like whether it be a video call for you or being on a Zoom every day at a certain time, you're expected to be there, or having an accountability buddy. I always book like fitness workouts during the day, so I have to go and I have to be there and I have to connect, because I think we can cut off sometimes from people, and when we feel lonely, we kind of sometimes do the opposite, because that's what's most comfortable, because we feel down and isolated. So it's about reaching out, connecting with people. I always say keep moving, that will just make you feel more positive, but also know that you're not alone at all. There are always people who want to help, so reach out, speak to a GP, speak to support services, ask online, even if you're asking for a friend, reach out to people, because you'll be surprised at how many people have gone through loneliness and isolation, and it's really nothing to be ashamed of. You could be in a busy household and still feel lonely. You could be in an empty household and not feel lonely. There are so many different variations, but it's more about how you feel. And when you focus on the positive people, the cheerleaders in your life, focus on those, give your energy to those, and the people will give you energy back and support you, because you want the cheerleaders who are there through the good times and the bad times, not just the bad times or just the good times. You don't want drama cheerleaders or just celebratory cheerleaders. You want consistent cheerleaders, and it's really, really important to reach out to those people. And if, like me, you found yourself like 18 months ago, lose a lot of those people around you for lots of different reasons. I was really isolated and felt really judged, and nobody knew what was actually going on, and the fact nobody knew that I was going to the homeless office. And yeah, so, and I think now people probably look and think, oh, she's got this lovely house and she runs businesses and got a partner now, into the second lockdown I have anyway, and people don't see your journey always. So it's really important to reach out to people, and also, if you do lose a community for whatever reason, situations change, you feel like you're shunned or they're judging you or whatever, first check that's the case. And if it is, find your cheerleaders, because then they're not your cheerleaders. Sometimes we do have to make an effort. We have to push ourselves as well out of our comfort zone, because loneliness can also be a source of kind of normality and what we're used to. So push yourself out of your comfort zone and really reconnect with people and find those people. My mental health nurse always said, Sophie, you need to find your sisterhood. So for me, it was a sisterhood of misfit women who want to look good, feel good in mind, body and soul, but most of all, they want to cheerlead one another. Whether they look amazing or we look rubbish, don't matter. We're all in this together, and it's about having a heart. And for me, it's about finding people who connect with the same values as I do, who want to give and want to share and want to support and will love you fiercely, not just when you're doing well on the media, or if you're going through some drama. You want people who just love you fiercely no matter what. And honestly, the more you reach out to people, tell people how you're feeling, but also to support others, you can build your own network. Honestly, I lost a lot, and I really thought like this is the end of me. And slowly, piece by piece, I was able to build up support networks that worked for me. Now, I'm a big lover of group therapy. I think it's just because I find it quite funny, because it's such an awkward situation sometimes. But that is me. I have to have a sense of humour, so I have to make a joke even if I'm in a serious situation with people. But because I'm quite an introvert, it's weird that I like group therapy because I'm such a vibe person, so I need positive vibes. So for me, it's a bit like, well, it was like dating. You're kind of going around people or groups or networks, even if it's online at the moment, seeing what you feel like when you're with them. You might like it at first and then, oh no, it's not actually for you. So that's what you have to do. You kind of have to date community networks. And for me, I have such a eclectic group of friends, so it's not like one big group, it's just a small group of like fabulous and crazy, lovely, wonderful, beautiful people inside out. And I've had to create that around me, and it's thanks to them that I'm still here. It's thanks to all of them, like my little support network of cheerleaders who don't mind me sparkling, who don't mind me crying, who don't mind me talking to myself. It's those people that will cheerlead you on, and you'll have more energy because you can give as well to those people, and there are loads of those people in the world. So honestly, find those consistent cheerleaders in your life who make you feel good and less lonely and less isolating, and just cheerlead you no matter what, because you are worthy and you are strong. And whilst a lot of us experience loneliness and isolation, there is a hope and it will get better, and you just sometimes need to push yourself to get that help, to reach out to people, because I can guarantee you there'll be lots of people who you don't realise that are in your situation. So don't be put off by people's big titles or Facebook famous successes. No, reach out to people, because we're all human beings and we all need connection, whether that be through, for me it's communicating through dance, through words, through writing, through vlogging, through blogging, through movement, through fitness. But for you it might be something else. No one size fits all. Anyway, sending you so much peace, so much love, and so many shimmies. If you think this will help someone, please do share it. It means the world to me that you support me, and subscribe to my channel and share my videos. It really, really helps. And I just hope, sending you lots of virtual hugs. You are not alone. I will happily do more live videos if that helps. Do chat to me on social at Mama May Blog too. Sending you lots of love, peace, love and shimmies. Or you can have some squats and sparkles. But yeah, be your own kind of beautiful and be your own unconditional best friend.